All right. Bro, I know you're doing something over there right now, but I was talking to a friend of mine. They gave me some ideas
Yes,
on
sir.
some episodes coming up. So I'm gonna write them
Oh, cool.
down so that way when see what we could find. Some are pretty good, some are pretty funny. So I figured we could do some of that.
Nice.
But oh, that reminds me, bro. Have you even looked at the emails? I know you're busy, but have you even looked at the emails that are on our website?
You know what? Let me open it up.
Bro, I totally we tell people to check it, just send us questions and suggestions, and we haven't even looked, bro. How unprofessional is that?
All right, we're logged in. Oh yeah, yes we do. We've got a couple questions here, so
Damn it.
all right. we should probably answer those.
Yeah. Well, I guess I know what our next episode's about.
All right, so we're gonna skip the other episode and do questions.
Might as well, bro. Let's get them out of the way because they're gonna end up just like backing up. Might as well do that.
That's right.
Well,
Okay,
let's do it.
Sounds
bro.
good.
All right. Hey, and be honest, man, because I know you. I know who you are. I know who you are.
You know where I live.
I know where you live.
Hey,
I was
all right,
there.
Look who's here? Yeah, right. Hey, everybody. Okay, well, let's get this episode started.
Let's do it.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We've got a good one for you today. This one is going to be on some of our viewers have sent in some questions. We're going to go ahead and answer those for you today. So there's some.
We apologize on the delay.
Yeah, a couple of them have been sitting in the old.
Our secretaries have been out, so
Yeah, we don't pay the hamsters enough to get the wheel going over here. So, yeah, so we've got a couple questions here, and we wanted to go ahead and answer those. And yeah, so here we go. This will be a different episode for you. So,
and Jay, remember, this ain't no truth or dare, bro. You got to just be truthful. All right. Don't sit. I don't want to see you sitting there like 20 minutes trying to figure out what am I going to say. First thing on your mind. All right. You ready?
Sounds good.
You ready for the first one?
Yep. Ready.
All right. This one's coming from Michigan. If you built a themed hotel, what would the theme be, and what would the rooms look like? What kind of question is that, Michigan? Anyway, all right, go ahead.
That is a kind of a different question.
That is, bro.
You know what? If for anybody that truly knows me, it'd have to be a Hawaiian tiki themed. It's perfect that I'm wearing this shirt today. Yeah, something kind of tropical, and being that I live a long ways from the tropics where I'm at, it's kind of one of those cool things.
You're
but
tropical, all right, just not the right one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I like that whole South Seas, all the way from down towards Easter Island, Rapa Nui, and all those places down there, all the way up to the Hawaiian Islands and all the way back. So, yeah, I think it's a really cool design, cool culture, and everything. And
what would the rooms look like, bro?
I would say light and bright with some pops of color, and hopefully it would be something that would be close to a lake, ocean, beach, some kind of water source, a fountain, I don't know.
Well, if you're going to spend that kind of money to make a tiki hotel or one of those, a tropical hotel or motel, whatever, you probably have the money to put your own lake in there.
Yeah, there you go.
And being if the question's from Michigan, maybe you'll build it out here, bro. You know what I mean? There's a lot of lakes here.
The Michigan lakes.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Huron Tiki Hotel or something. I don't know.
Oh man. That
is too funny.
So
what would yours be?
All right, man. Being my
back on you.
Yeah. Well, being my background, I think it'd be like, all right. So good guy, bad guy, cops and robbers. I think mine would be more like it'd be like a good guy, bad guy thing. So it'd be like a Copland kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Where depending on how you're feeling.
That was a TV show that didn't last too long.
Why don't be putting
You
that
remember
stuff
that
on
Copland?
me? Yeah, yeah. But here's the thing, though. My rooms. Okay, here's a good thing here. Okay, and we could change the name, bro. Okay,
Your
nothing's.
rooms would have handcuffs, wouldn't they?
I'm getting there. So here's the thing: depending on what you feel like, you could either be a criminal, a bad guy, and get a room that's like a cell, right? Or you could be a good guy and get a room that's like law enforcement or something, right? With
Like a
here,
police station.
yeah. So like
Yeah.
the cop rooms would have like handcuffs, right? Of course, it'd be like really soft ones. Some
You have delicate wrists, I know.
I really do. Some some uh some batons. Use them how you wish. You know what I mean? Nothing aggressive, guys. All right. The bad side, we're gonna have hooch, bro. We're gonna be making hooch on that side. Maybe some illegal stuff happening over there. Whatever. Whatever. Let your mind wander. Not real illegal
Yeah.
stuff. We're gonna be like cutting Tic Tacs. You know what I mean? We ain't really doing drugs on that side, bro. But
You could
I
do
something like I think that would be kind of cool. I think it'd be
you
cool.
could do like escape rooms for the bad
Oh,
guy side, like an
yeah.
escape cell.
You know what? That would be our conference rooms. Our conference rooms double as escape rooms.
Escape rooms, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be. I think
Yeah,
that's
man,
yeah, I don't know.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, let me look. What's the next question here? So, this is an easy one, and this comes from my home state here. So, what are your favorite foods?
Huh. Well, that's okay. My favorite food. I'm gonna have to say, man, it's gonna be Mexican. I love Mexican food. I mean,
Everybody loves a good taco.
everyone loves a good taco, bro. But I love them all. I love the tostadas, the tortas, the burrito. I love it all. Everything that's Mexican, I love. I think my second favorite. You know what? That's a good question. I hate when you have to think about it, but I think my second choice would be. So I used to like Italian, but the pasta I'm too old now and it fills me up too quickly. So I really
Oh
not a big
yeah,
pasta guy. But I think it'd be just like good old American food, like barbecue. Some fried
well,
chicken, some barbecue, some burgers. With some bacon on them.
yeah,
Something like that. That'd be my second
like
favorite food.
Southern cooking stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
barbecue.
my mom and grandma, they're both from Texas, right? So there's a lot of Southern food I used to eat that they used to make. Great food. Bro. I'm not
Yeah, that's
this.
where we have a
I'm
lot in
not this.
common.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't get this figure from not eating fried food. You know what I mean? But that would be my two favorite. How about yours?
Well, one of my, and I know it seems kind of strange, but so I love Mexican food too, dude. Look at me. I love every kind of food. I'm not all that picky. I'm like the purple girl in
Purple
what do you call
girl.
it? Yeah, in what is it, Willy Wonka? She
Oh
just
my
eats
god, the one that
everything.
yeah.
Or she was chewing gum. Maybe that was the other thing. She was chewing gum. So anyhow, one of my really favorite kind of foods that I don't have that often would be Thai food. There's so much infused in that, because the Thai culture, they have like they use cilantro and they use a lot of lime and stuff. So they use a lot of that because of where they're located. It's kind of like in the Philippines, how a lot of it's Spanish inspired stuff. So same kind of idea. They have a little bit of that too. So there's so many flavors, man. There's sweets, and I'm normally not a sweet guy when it comes to food. I like savory more than
sweet.
yeah, I'm sweet enough. I don't need sweet food. I like savory foods a little bit more. But yeah, Thai food's really good. It has so many different, and they have their pastas that they do, which is a little different from the Italian style pastas. But then they do their different kinds of rices and soups and everything, and it's really good. And I'm not to be like a copycat, but I would say the same thing, man. Southern cooking food. I think barbecue's in there, but
Yeah.
just what would be called like soul food or Southern or down home cooking or whatever.
Yeah.
Biscuits and gravy, greens, black eyed peas, that kind of stuff. Okra. There's probably people watching us that are like, what's okra? I don't even know what that is. Man, like a good cooked down home Southern meal is like the best thing in the world. It
You
really
can't
is.
forget the corn, bro. Every time we get
Oh,
together, we'll
corn.
do what's like our
Yeah.
main ingredient is corn.
Yeah.
You get,
Yeah.
of course we dab it up a little Mexican style corn. So that's some good Mexican corn. We hook that up. Can't go wrong with that. You know what I mean? That's some good stuff
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, but man, so do you dab in any of the cooking of Thai food?
Not really, because of different, spices and stuff. I've never really tried to. I would honestly like to make They have a soup. It's called tom yum, and really, kind of a simple soup. It's got like, it's got a little bit of sour to it, but you can normally it has chicken in it, but some people
Yeah.
will put tofu or shrimp or whatever. I usually like it with chicken, but it's really good, man. They put a lot of lime in it, so it has a lot of that citrusy flavor
Mhm.
to it, and then they'll spice it up for you too, so you can have it where it's, decently spicy and makes you sweat while you're eating it. Like right now is not the best time for soup around here,
I
but
can imagine. Huh?
yeah,
Let me ask you this:
but it's really
what
good.
is because I'm not, I love Thai. I like the spiciness of it. That's my favorite thing about the Thai food. But explain to me this because I seen it one time advertising because restaurants got to cater to everybody nowadays, right? You don't want to offend anybody, right? The
Oh
vegetarians and whatnot.
gosh.
So I saw advertisements for tofu taco,
Hmm.
and I'm like, what the fudge is that?
Tofu Thai, was that at a Thai place, or
Nah, I don't know where it was. There's
might
this
have been?
place. There's a place in. It's funny. It's a place in Arizona that does Mexican Chinese food.
Oh yeah.
Like a little you'll get instead of Mexican rice, you get white rice, right? And it's just different. It's a weird combination, but
Yeah.
weirdly enough, it's pretty good. But
Uh,
but I don't even know what tofu is. What is tofu?
well, tofu's like it's a soybean product.
Hmm,
So, and then usually
interesting.
it's made into like these little square cubes, once it's all put together and it's fried. So the outside is, I don't want to say crispy, but it's a little harder on. It's like fresh baked bread. You know how the outside's a little firmer, and then on the inside it's more doughy, if you want to call it that. Tofu's kind of the same thing.
It's a fake food, is what you're saying. It's a fake food.
It's a fake food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
A lot
how
of
dare
folks like
they?
it because the tofu will absorb whatever the flavor is in the soup or sauce that they have in there. Um, my recommendation is if you're going to go get beef or chicken or something else, don't do tofu unless you just don't eat meat for whatever reason.
Yeah,
I don't
everybody eats meat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
It's pretty funny because, I mean, if you start drilling down into it, the amount of things that are killed to harvest, vegetables and things off of the ground, uh, there's a lot. So, and the FDA allows parts per million, in our foods. The amount of bugs and crickets and all kinds of other nonsense you're getting in your vegetarian stuff is pretty crazy.
well,
So
thank you for ruining it for me. I was going to be a vegetarian.
let's go have a salad.
I was going to have a salad. Now I'm done. All right,
Cricket salad.
cricket salad. Well, you know what? We have lollipops with crickets in them. Okay, so don't judge.
Yeah,
Don't judge.
got them with scorpions over here. So
yeah. You guys are weird over there, bro. Weird. All
I,
right,
I
so
I have not partaken in one, but
they look interesting. I'm like, yeah, it's like us drinking the gusano rojo, drinking the worm
the
and
worm?
the tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. Okay, man, that's like you get the best buzz sucking on that worm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The worm that's in the bottle, Jay. I
in
saw that
the
look.
tequila, I know. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, you ready for the
I'm
second
trying to
question?
be good. This is a family show. It's a family show. Okay.
No one told me that. All right. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right. This one. What? Man, Michigan with all these questions. All right. Then again, Michigan. Like I'm starting to worry now, bro. These questions are asking. I know what's going on up here. All right. How long would you last in a zombie apocalypse? Is a two-part question. Second part to that is, what would be your weapon of choice?
Ooh,
Yeah. Let me hear it.
that's a good one.
Good job, Michigan, on that question.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, how long? Oof. as long as I could. It depends on if they're like the World War Z zombies that run super fast, or if
Oh,
they're
bro, I'm
the
done. I am done.
I know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna make that one, or if they're like the Walking Dead ones that
A little
like
slower.
nobody could get away from them, but like they're 5 miles behind you with just a moderate
They're
power
always
walk. So
dragging a leg. Always dragging
they're
a leg.
yeah, dragging one foot or leg or whatever. Yeah. So as long as I possibly could, I would definitely want to try to help other people as much as possible. Weapon of choice. Every show you see, they are, they're startled or they're attracted by noise. So, I mean, we're big 2A guys, but I would think like a machete or something like that, so I could whack their heads off. I would think that would be the thing to have. My second choice would be I don't even know if I can say this on an SBR that I could clear rooms with really good, a 300 blackout, baby.
Yeah, that would be mine, man. Just a little
Well,
short,
by that
just a little short barrel, so the zombies
little
ain't pulling
shorty.
it from around the corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's easy to get around corners and
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, I guess at that point the government's toast. So, I mean, if zombies have taken over, they're not going to be enforcing gun laws at that point. So,
Note to listeners: we have no guns. We lost them in a boating accident just a few months ago.
Yeah.
Hurricane Hillary in California just tore it up.
Yeah,
It's
Pacific
gone.
Ocean ate all of our firearms. So
Horrible.
there you go, and all the ammo too. I don't know where. It's just like, yeah, it's down there by the Titanic somewhere. I don't know. All right, so I guess flip that one around on you. That was a good question, Michigan. Good question.
Weird, but good.
Yeah, that's kind of different. I actually like that one. So what would be your weapon of choice? What do you think? And then how long do you think you would make it?
All right. So my weapon of choice is probably gonna be the same thing: short barrel, an SBR. A 300 blackout, right? As my secondary, right? That's my. Oh shoot! I'm in a corner. I need to get out of here, right? Yeah. Maybe a side weapon, right? Little trusty, probably Glock at this point because it's easy to.
Here comes the haters. Here comes the haters.
Right. So let me tell you why, because I could easily field strip that really quick. Minimal parts, field strip it, clean it, get it ready. Boom, we're back in action.
Yeah,
right?
well, the guy with this 1911 trying to pull it apart with the front end and everything, he's like, "Oh God, hey, you with the Glock, help me!"
Yeah, right. We got like 4 parts, and boom, it's apart. Boom, it's back.
Clean
together,
it,
right?
back together.
So we clear jams very easily. So anyway, that would be my little side weapon. Even if I just have one round, it's gonna be for me, bro. Because you know what I mean.
Yeah, you gotta save that one last one.
Yeah, man. That's not gonna work for me. But I think my primary one is I want to get something that's gonna be give me a little bit of distance, where I don't have to get too close. So I'm thinking maybe like a bat. What was that one with the Walking Dead? They have a dude that had that bat with with the
Lucille, wasn't it?
Yeah, with the barbed wire on it. Yeah. See, so something like that. I could just go to town. That was, what I mean?
Right.
So, and and I'm short, bro. So I get that right up. You know what I mean? Knock them out of the park. So
on the chin.
Yeah. So that would be my primary weapon. Would be the bat. You know what I mean?
Primary would be the bat. Yeah.
I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try to
quiet.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be trying to walk around, bro, where there's like a lot of zombies hanging out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna avoid those spots. Like I'm not gonna walk into like a very highly populated city or that one that was and hope to God that they're not gonna hear me, right? And if they could smell my brain, and I'm really smart, right? So they could smell that brain. My brain, it's man, that thing is just shooting all kinds of aroma out. So that or be rotting away in there. I don't know. Either way, though, I'm not gonna jump in those situations. So that's why I could 1 or 2 little zombies here and there. But I'm with you. If they run, bro, I'm done.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't run, bro. I'm done with that. You know what I mean?
So this wasn't in the question, but I'm going to ask it. So, and I already know your answer, but this would be the big question for people about a zombie apocalypse: fight or flight?
My first reaction would be fight, right? and then I would flight if I know it's getting bad.
Yeah.
Reposition,
Reposition. Yeah.
and then
And
continue
fight
to fight.
again.
Yeah. So
Fight and flight.
yeah, so it's kind of
Yeah.
both. Initial fight, get it under control. Flight, right? Put yourself in a position of
Right.
that's better than clearly being in the corner, right? And then
Right.
re-engage. So that'd be. How about you?
Cool. Yeah, same thing. Same thing. I mean, I'd have to. There's no way. Uh, you know, something initially like that, and especially if they're like the World War Z runner zombies, dude, you better not turn your back on them. You know, you better figure that out real quick. So, and yeah, and then like you say, reposition in a place that you'd have a tactical advantage to take out the next ones that are coming, or whether it's for yourself or you see other still non-zombified people on the ground that you could kind of be their eye in the sky, pecking away at the zombies that were after them, or clearing a path for them to get to safety or what have you. Yeah.
And maybe find a truck, bro. We could just run these guys over. But I'm hoping that if
Mad Max truck,
why not? But I'm hoping, yeah, take them all out. But I'm hoping that the zombies that we have to deal with, like only have a leg, have asthma. You know what I mean? Whatever, something that's not going to allow them. Maybe a poor heart condition. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something that's not going to prevent them from running. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't. Could zombies get sick? I don't know. I'm something, bro. I need an advantage here. Okay, you can't, dude. That's a big population of zombies against one Mexican, bro. And,
well, you think about like you remember the World of Worlds? There was the original one, and then Tom Cruise did the one later on down the road, and then of course you have what was it called, Independence Day with Will Smith and all that. Both of those movies had kind of the same scenario. The aliens came down and they were attacking and they were winning, and then what did we do? We had two different versions of virus, but the World of Worlds was the aliens got sick because we had some kind of disease or whatever they didn't have an immunity to.
In the water, right? It was something in the water.
Yeah, you know what? I can't remember how it happened because they just saw, they're like, hey, these things are getting they're basically getting sick, and getting the flu or dying or whatever. And then Independence Day, of course, they, our technology was exactly the same as theirs. So, the Wi-Fi password was all good.
Yeah.
And we infected their mothership with whatever, virus or whatever. But yeah, there's got to be something, everything has its kryptonite, right? It has its, even Superman, isn't impervious to everything. So everything has a weak point. So,
not us.
Not us. No.
Well, no, there is food. We'll go back to the other question.
Yeah.
Food.
Tacos. Just put a plate of tacos in front of us. We're done.
Anyway, good job, Michigan, on that question. It was a little weird. Cool. A little weird. I don't know what y'all doing, but it was a good question, though.
All right. So next question. This one says, if you could interview anyone that is currently alive, who would it be?
Oh man, currently alive?
Currently alive.
I'm all right. I'm just saying, bro. Biden.
True international runner.
No, bro, not that
one. That's hysterical.
Not that one.
The other one?
Hunter.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's the guy I want to interview. I would love to interview him. Just because when you do interviews, bro, you set up your area, right? You're gonna set everything up in interviews, blah blah. I'm thinking I'm put a couple white lines right in front of me, right? A couple of cocaine lines right there. It's not gonna be cocaine, right? The baking soda. I'm just gonna have him sweat. Yeah,
he's sweating and shaking,
or just put some baking powder in the little baggie, right?
Little white bag.
Just leave it right next to my water. I don't know if he starts perspiring, bro. I'm gonna be like, everything okay, Hunter? You all right? What's going on, buddy? Is there something here that's distracting you?
It's so great.
I'd be like, look, bro, let's look. It's only you and I here. You can't blame this on the Secret Service. This little baggie of cocaine is yours. All right. That's so that's who I'd like to interview, bro. I think it'd be a good interview. I'd be like,
It'd be entertaining if nothing else,
I'd be like,
man.
did your dad touch you inappropriately? It's okay. It's okay.
Wow.
We're here.
Yeah.
We're here to talk.
Man, that would be a good one. Yeah, you caught me off guard with that because when you said that, I assumed I assumed the old guy.
Bro, okay,
So-
first off, look, man, I'm pretty good. Being Mexican, the Spanish language, depending on what state you come from, could be very different. Sometimes it's hard to understand. And even other people like from South America speak Spanish. They use slang and different things like that.
Yeah.
I don't even think a linguistics person could understand what Biden's saying, bro. I'd be like, what was it? Can we write it down? Like what his response was? I mean, I don't understand.
Right.
You know, bro. And the way it's so funny because he'll start and then it'll go like, and it just he's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the record player lost power and it's just winding down. That's what he sounds like to me.
It's a kid playing with the 33 to 45 switch, yeah. Totally. There's people watching right now that have no clue what the 33 and the 45 switch are on a turntable. So
yeah, you threw me off there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
you're so young.
I know, right? But yeah, I think that's who would. I think it'd be very interesting to just try to. I don't hear him being interviewed by nobody. I don't other than the court proceedings. I don't hear much about him. So I mean that'd be awesome to interview him. Like.
Yeah, it's true. You really. I mean, they had that one interview deal. Who was it that did it? And I mean, it was
probably really MSNBC. I don't know.
Uber generic,
I bet you they were screened. Those questions were screened.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's no way they asked them hard questions,
No. So who would you?
That's an interesting one. So there's a lot of people that I think that would be really cool to interview. I used to years ago, James Earl Jones, I thought he was like one of the coolest cats in the world, man. Just like as far as a human being, he's a really good guy and everything. And he played Darth Vader, and people don't realize that he was he wasn't the physical body, he was the voice of Darth Vader. And just to listen to his voice is just pretty amazing, and he's a big philanthropist and human rights person. He's overall a really good human being. And I don't know if he read like the entire Bible and put it on audio, so like you can have James Earl Jones reading you the Bible. So it's
he also did the narration or part of the narration for Conan the Barbarian, did he?
Did he?
Because
he played. Yeah, he played. What was his character?
Oh no,
Thulsa Doom. Thulsa Doom.
Yeah,
he was. He was the bad guy.
It was that little Asian guy was the
oh yeah, that's right. He was the narrator. Yeah. No, James Earl Jones is really a great guy. I'd have to say my next one. I know we're not supposed to do two or whatever, but surprisingly, kind of a goofy guy is Matthew McConaughey.
He's
dude, he's just
all right.
Yeah, to have to hear that say that live, and I read his he's from Texas, and I read his book, and I know there's some stuff people don't agree with what he's done or what have you, and we all have done or said weird things or whatever, but he has a book out, and go get it, read it, it's pretty cool. Anyways, I'd like to get his take on, because he seems like he's got a lot more going on in his noggin than you would think. You think he's kind of just a goofy guy or whatever, but he's pretty cool. And then my third one, I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah,
man.
Just keep going, bro. There's no rules here.
My third one would be Sammy Hagar, because that dude's like really awesome. I've followed him since I was a youngster, and he's still going strong and singing and got all kinds of businesses and everything. Just such an awesome guy. So that'd be my three for. I know they only asked for one, but
They did. They did. You kind of broke the rules, the question rules. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know what? As you were talking, I mean, I was actively listening. I swear to you, but I was also thinking, um, who else would I want to interview? And there's really like that's alive. I mean, maybe my dad, Trump. You know what I mean?
Daddy.
Daddy Trump. I may interview him. You know, it'd be cool. I'd
Yeah.
be like, hey, I'll clean your house, bro. Whatever you want. Just adopt me.
Okay. Just let me stay in the maid's closet at
Just
Mar-Lago.
please. I hear that's as big as a garage. Let me
Yeah,
just have it.
probably
And,
is.
yeah, and your garage fits like 10 cars. So I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll do anything. Look, I do landscaping, right? I could be a pool attendant. I could be a little cabana boy. I mean, whatever. I'm down for anything. I mean, at this point, we're
Got a
not picky.
big golf course, man. You can drive a golf cart around for people. Oh man, I would want to be a caddy.
Better yet, I'll drive around like a cigar cart.
Ooh.
So people want some cigars. I mean, I'd smoke half of them, right, driving around, but the other half I could sell.
It's product testing, man. It's product testing.
Yeah,
That's what,
you know what I mean? They got to be good quality to be in Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
You can't have this cheap stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I'm sure he's good with Cubans there, you know.
I mean, who's not? I mean, if you live in Florida, you have to smoke a Cuban cigar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, we're cool.
They're everywhere.
Cuban us, we're cool. We're cool now. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, they opened the flight path here. What was it? 6 years ago? 7 years ago? It's been a
Something
while
like
ago.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't gone. I just want to go to see the
I
cars.
know we need
bro.
to go, man. I
think
know the '50s cars.
Yeah,
oh my
bro.
gosh! I had a guy that I worked with, like the month that it opened. Him and a buddy of his, because they were big. I don't know, some Florida sports team fans. Anyways, they were flying to Florida, but then they jumped a flight down to Cuba, and he brought back some Cuban rum, actually, and it has like the sticker. I still have it. I never
Nice.
opened the bottle because I was like, dude, this is pretty cool.
Wait,
It's like
let's go back to that
one
real
of the
quick. You still have it, and you haven't told me about that.
I have it. Well, you don't really drink rum, so
Interesting. I don't drink water, but you know what I mean. Here we are. So yeah, I bet that tastes phenomenal.
probably
I
does.
mean,
Yeah.
real Cuban rum. I mean, you know
Real
what I mean?
Cuban rum.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be taken on the cruise.
Oh, I don't think they know about that yet.
Yeah.
So, but that's a good one.
We'll keep that.
We'll enlighten them.
That's
We'll
coming
enlighten them.
soon.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So, is it my turn? I think it is.
Yes.
So, this one's from bro. All right, look at me. This was from Arizona. Arizona be asking some quite y'all nosy in Arizona. I don't know what y'all doing over there, but y'all nosy. So I'm gonna ask it anyway. I mean, it's a good question. I think I already know who I would do this to, but anyway, here we go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you can hack into any computer, whose computer would it be?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Damn, bro, that was a good one. Oh, that was quick. That was quick. That was
Yeah,
good.
I want to see that. I want to see that list, man. All the people that went onto that island, because
Let me find out. Right?
we need to dox all those people, man. That's
Do you think we're ever gonna get that list? Or
no, I don't think so at this point. I really don't. I mean, there's been some that have sent out, but
I don't even know where they got
printouts
those.
of right. That's my thing too. I'm like, because you have some people say, well,
Flight logs is what I heard.
It was flight logs. So
Yeah.
now that's a tougher thing because, so think about this: a flight log has to have the person that flies the plane has to be on it.
Mhm.
That doesn't mean the person that flies the plane had anything to do with anything that goes on in any city or
Right.
landing strip that they're on. Right? They're just a pilot and the co-pilot, and I don't know how big those planes were if they had the third person like
But here's the thing: I know they
engineer,
had
navigator.
They had flight logs, right? But my thing is, there's not an airstrip at the island, so they had to get boated in, right? So that flight
Yeah,
log would
probably.
be to just a small airport that's adjacent to that island, right? So
Right.
are we assuming at this point, right? Like I don't know. I mean, I'm not defending the creep that who X'd himself, but I mean, how? Here's the thing that I don't trust.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing I don't trust, right? Because if that information is out, I feel like that's information that it's misinformation. They're like, "Oh, this is the list
Right.
we have. This is all we have. These people are here. Uh, but I think they're lying. I think
Right, because here's the thing. So you make up a list exactly like you're saying. You make up a list and you put people like, I know she's been kind of in the conspiracy news lately, is Oprah, right? That lady is loved and admired by so many people across the country. Now, she may have lost favor a little bit because of folks, but she's in a specific category of persons that if you put her on the devil's list, there's a lot of people that aren't going to care. One, they're not going to care, or two, they're not going to believe it, and they just carry on with their lives. And she hasn't lost her house. She's not making less millions. She's still in safe
like that
now.
shit, like that shit she pulled in Hawaii. Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
Just saying.
there's
I'm
there's
not
a
a conspiracy theorist, but I'm just saying there's a lot of weird shit going on.
yeah, there's a lot lately with that. But you put some politician on the list, and we believe it because all of us think politicians are liars and dirty and this
I
and
mean, they
that.
are.
So they are. Yeah. So, um, can those people be paid off to be, paid
Scapegoats?
pawns on a scapegoats
Yeah.
on a document? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
All
No,
right. So, yeah, who's the laptop you're busting into?
You ready for this one? This might be a little
Yeah.
controversial. The Vatican. The Vatican, bro. There's way too many secrets for one religion to keep. I mean, these guys are powerful, right?
So, out of all the questions and answers we've had that were a little edgy, this is the most edgy.
Bro, I'm being honest. I'm being honest. You're asking me a question. Come on. You got books upon books. They've destroyed the Crusades, right? They destroyed a lot of things, but they always kept something, right? I'm like, what's in there? What's in those vaults that are temperature controlled and to maintain? I mean, no one's allowed there, right? I mean, I want to hack it. They have to have a catalog on a computer somewhere. And that's where I want to get in, bro. I want to see what's going on in there. Like, is the Ark of the Covenant in there? Like what's in there, bro? Talk to me. How much money is in there? Like, they have access to the banks and all that, bro. I had who killed Kennedy? You know what I mean? It's probably in there.
Could be.
It's probably in there.
What's an interesting one, and I mean, we could do an entire episode and a story on this, was the kids at Fatima,
Fatima.
Yeah. And that the last girl that was alive, she told the Pope or whoever it was, or Cardinal or what, I don't know the exact terminology for all of them, but told them, and they said they were not going to say what this girl said because it was basically revelation. It was end time prophecy that this girl talked about. And so they know about that stuff, now whether it's true or not, but it's crazy. All the stuff that they keep secretive.
Dude,
I mean, it is the only, but I guess like Scientologists do the same thing. They have their big compounds and everything.
But this is the Catholics, bro. It's one of the biggest religions out there. You have books.
It's their own city,
books.
Man.
Yeah, they got sacred books out there that have not been released, right? Because
I
mean, what's it say? Our belief system, yours and I's. We're both Christians, right? But what do those books say? Why don't they?
Probably some
them,
crazy
right?
stuff.
Why exactly? Exorcisms, bro. I want to read about exorcisms, like what's happening in those things, like what's going on with that. It's like,
what they probably catalog those.
They have
all
to.
The ones
they would have to.
Yeah,
they would have, and then
like all the different dioceses all around the country, and then around the world. If they did one, I'm sure they send that paperwork back, and we're like, "This is what happened." And that'd be nuts,
dude. Could you imagine? But like, just think about it. Like, why hasn't anyone hacked into that? You would hear about it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, is it that powerful that they can't even hack into it? Or are they just scared religiously? I mean, seriously, when I saw that question, I'm like, oh, I already know. Kind of like the Epstein one with you. This one I already knew. I mean, like, I've always been intrigued to, like, you hear about these things and then they're gone, right? Like, you have these, like, the cloth that allegedly Jesus was buried in, right? And it has his
Oh
image, and
yeah,
like all these different things that they just give out a little bit, right? Or I mean, they got some other stuff too, right? Like the head of saints and just different stuff. I'm like, bro,
yeah.
what's in there? Like, it's like
I
a
know where,
private
like where,
museum.
right? Like so, I know they've done testing on some of the stuff because there was in France, I
Yeah,
forget where it was. They were talking about the spear that supposedly pierced the side of
yeah.
Jesus on the cross, and they did some whatever testing, and they're like, no, this wouldn't even been in the period of time. And then there's two or three different crown of thorns that they everybody's claiming that's real. That one, the shroud you were talking about, is a shroud of Turin, something
Something
like
like
that.
that. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they
but you've
did
seen
that whole,
images of that, right?
yeah, it's crazy. They've done that whole thing where you can kind of see a face,
Here's the thing
the
that
whole
throws me
face
off,
deal.
and ladies and gentlemen, if you are Catholic, I don't mean to offend you. These are just, I'm not questioning religion. I'm not questioning God. I'm just questioning the fact that the validity behind some of these things. Because you have people out there that are kind of extreme, right? Kind of like politics. And I mean, but again, you don't, you can't question miracles. But like that shroud has like a beard, like the outline
Yeah,
of the beard has I don't know, it just the features look so much like you would like the
you would
you
imagine
would imagine.
Jesus looking.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
based on movies, right, and stuff like that.
Well, here's the thing too: is that the image that is burnt into that shroud, you know, nobody knows exactly how that was done and
Right.
how it happened and everything. But one of the things that some of the folks that are scientifically minded said there was an extreme heat, like kind of like when you do photography, right? And you
Hmm.
burn an image
Yep.
into something,
Yep.
and either heat and or really bright light that changes the
So it's not
base.
blood. See, I was under the belief that it was blood. So it's not blood.
Not on that. There's places that they believe that they've found the blood of Jesus and all, but see, we've warred over these places for so long, and this stuff that's been lost. I mean, I can't remember what the queen's name was, but there was a lady only, what was it, 600 years or something like that, or four to 600 years
That would be
after.
Queen Elizabeth. That's how old she was, I think. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. No.
This was like 400 to 600 years after Jesus was crucified and rose from the grave,
Mm-hmm.
right? That she went looking for artifacts only, say 400 years later. Well, all that stuff's gone, man. I mean,
Is it though? Is it gone?
well,
Or is it
right.
or is it in the
Whether
Vatican?
people, right. I mean, and she was looking for it because she wanted to preserve that stuff, in the royal house and all that. And it's just it's really interesting, man. It's pretty crazy when you start
I mean, I
start
get
thinking
it.
about that
I
stuff.
get the preservation, right? This is a religion, right? One of the biggest ones, and so I get it. But like, why the secrecy? Why?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I think I've read too many Dan Brown books, bro. I need to stop reading those Dan Brown books. God, he gets me all crazy. So anyway, all right,
All right.
good one.
All right. Well, I got another one here.
All right.
Why, or I'm sorry, were you both always conservatives?
Good question. Where's that from? Who's asking that question?
That is also from Arizona.
Oh, all right. Go figure.
Probably a conservative out here somewhere.
I growing up, I wasn't sure. I wasn't really like into politics, right? I didn't know like what a Republican was, what a Democrat was. I just we grew up like in our beliefs. Being Mexican, you just there's certain things you believe in and you don't do. Um, Life is sacred, right? So we don't believe in abortion and things like that. Very religious, right? We go to church every Sunday. My brothers went to private school, to religious public school, a Catholic school. Clearly, they saw the outcome of my brothers and kept me in public. So, but I never identified it. It wasn't until I think the latter years that I started realizing like, oh, okay, let me start looking into some of these politicians and what they were, and you start, and I'm a big fan of biographies, and some autobiographies, depending, because autobiographies, people look at themselves differently, right, than what they really are.
Mm-hmm.
So I started reading more about like Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan. I knew Ronald Reagan, right? Because he was an actor growing up. He was Ronald Reagan. He was
Right.
a governor and became a president.
Yeah.
Um, and I thought he was cool. I thought he was the best president ever, man. Growing up, that dude got shot, right? And then
Yeah.
and then he makes jokes out of it, right? So, but
Kept
did you?
going.
Yeah, it kept going. Like, no, like he was ruthless. I'm like, man, that dude's a real cowboy. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I think just based on how I was raised, it was more conservative than anything. How about
Hmm.
you?
Well, I was definitely raised in a conservative household and family.
Mm-hmm.
As far as voting wise, when I was really young, we were, I mean, obviously I wasn't old enough to vote or anything like that, but, my general family was registered Democrats.
Mm.
So, like so many other people that were uh, of that time period, from the, I'd say, what, 70s to 80s in that time frame. And just like what you said, after researching it myself, when I was old enough to um, register to vote and then cared to register to vote, because when we turned 18, man, I don't know about you, I had to,
Selective service, bro. Did you go do that
yeah,
at
selective
the
service.
post office? I was so scared.
Yeah. 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 And you know it's like uh I didn't care about politicians
Yeah,
or you know um any of that kind of stuff. I was a musician, so you would think I would have been a little bit more on the carefree side of things
yeah.
and everything. But
More
I
Hollywood.
remember, or Hollywood, yeah. I remember we wrote a song. It was called Ministry of Rage. So I was in a band that, we had kind of just based on the political things of the time, and I won't say who that person was based off of, but it was, because there was a lot of, even back then, there was a lot of hate going around, in the world.
Yeah.
And the song was based off of this guy that, political figure. So that was one of those things that got me onto the conservative route, because, living in a family that grew up in the church and everything, and then seeing the way, after, because even now kids are interviewed now, and they're like, so what party got rid of slavery or tried to end slavery or all this, and almost everybody that's younger will say, oh, it was the Democrats got rid of slavery. Well, that's not actually true. It was it was the Republicans that got rid of
How
slavery. I
you
mean,
doing? Wow.
Abraham Lincoln was the first Republican president. And then, all through time, you had a lot of really extremely racist people on the Democrat side of the fence. So, and it's still there today. They're the one pushing every nickel of race and everything like that. So,
It's their agenda.
I,
That's how they get
yeah,
votes.
it's an
Divide a
agenda,
nation.
right? Yeah, I mean, you get people that you tell them that these other people over here don't like you because of the color of your skin, and you're going to go with the people that are claiming that because you have a different skin color. I mean,
See, that's funny.
it's just crazy. But
You can't do that in
um,
Mexico because we all Mexicans, right? We all look like Mexicans, right? Um, but
the light skins against the dark skins, man, the wedos.
yeah, we still don't do that. But like here, we just have so many um, backgrounds that forms the United States of America. So something as
Yeah.
simple as race could be easily manipulated to divide a
Oh
nation.
yeah.
And that's what they do. That's what they do. So
Yeah.
yeah. So do we have time for one more?
Oh yeah.
Because
What do
this
we
one's
got?
coming from good old Texas. Are you ready?
Ooh, Texas.
Texas. You ready for this one?
Yes.
All right. Would you? It's kind of funny, bro. would you? Would you be the? I don't think it's a trick question either, right? Would you be the richest person in the world or smartest? Look at Texas with your questions because they have both people over there. So anyway,
That's a tough one. I don't know if I'd want to know everything, but having smarts is almost always better than having money.
well, if you're
But
smart, you could probably get the money.
yeah, gosh, I don't know. That's a tough one. I'll probably go with the money, especially at the age I'm at now.
I was
I guess
gonna say.
if it was, yeah, I don't need all the smarts anymore. I just need the retirement fund. You know, if you were a kid, oh man, I definitely say take the smarts over the money. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think at this point in life, I'll take the Publishers Clearinghouse
Yeah. How you doing?
sweepstakes.
Oh my god! Like we thought it was in front of your house that day. Remember?
Oh, that was funny. I'm like, are there balloons poking out of that car?
We're like, we're done.
That's
We're
it.
done.
We're
So
calling in.
that was awesome.
It's been nice knowing you folks.
Yeah.
We're done.
We're done. Thank you.
We're traveling. Yeah.
So,
So what do you think? Smarts or money?
bro, I'm gonna have to. You know what? I was going for smartest, but you made a very good and valid point, bro. At our age, our smartness would be to no use.
Yeah.
None whatsoever. So I'd rather be the richest at this point because you know what? At this point, even if I'm dumb, like if I'm dumb, money. I have money. I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
dumb. You know what I mean? I'm dumb. And if I'm that rich, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Richest person in the world. Think about that. That's like redonkulous rich.
It really
that's
is.
That's like build a yacht rich, and it's like a drop in the bucket kind of thing, you know.
But here's the thing: if you're that rich, you can't be that dumb either.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, unless you inherited that money, which either way, I'm happy. I'll take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Watch. Remember Brewster's Millions?
Oh yeah.
He had to give away all that money. There's actually one more left here.
Oh,
I
okay.
scrolled down on the email here, and it's a really simple one for us. It is, how did you two meet? And this one comes from somebody in California.
All right. I was not hoping to get that question, but all right. So there was this opportunist bar. One. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. So,
yeah, we met at there was a place in Cathedral City, California called Daddy Warbucks back in the 80s.
We used to call it something else.
If you know where that's at, you're an old school person from back then.
But we used to call that something else, Jay.
Oh yeah.
So anyway,
the place doesn't need. So anybody trying to map quest it, or
it doesn't exist.
Did I just say map quest? Anybody trying to Google map it or whatever?
Dude, you're old.
That even put it back even older. So it doesn't even exist anymore. It's not there. It's as far as I know, it's just a chunk of desert on the corner. So where'd we meet, Joe?
We met,
or how did we meet?
We met.
How did you two meet?
We met back in middle school. We met in middle school. Back then, I was just a geeky, wannabe, preppy white boy that was would go to the library and play Dungeons and Dragons with my other friends. And I think you came in on last year.
That's right. Yeah, I transferred to the school 8th grade year.
Yeah. Yep. And then so that's where we first met, you know.
You are correct, sir.
Yep. And then we went, so our town, we had was it like maybe 2-3 middle schools, or was it just 2?
I think we only had the 2.
Yeah. So
at that time,
so everybody from those middle schools, of course, went to one high school. And so, of course, our adventures continued in high school. Jay was rocking the band, and I was in sports. So we'd always be seeing each other, whether he's out there. And we had one of the best marching bands in California. You know, we rocked, man. They really rocked the house every time they were out there. It was amazing to see. And of course, we had really good sports teams. You know, football, wrestling. We were really good.
Our stadium was named after a pro football player,
Ed White. Ed White. So, but yeah, that's where we met. We met back in middle school, and you know, we've had our times. You know, we've graduated. We went our separate ways, but we always came back. Me and Jay always came back. Of all my friends that I've had, Jay's been the one that's really been the one that always reappeared and reappeared. He was like my little angel.
Yeah.
My little angel. He kept coming back. So that's how I remember it.
That's the same thing. I mean, 8th grade's when we met. We were acquaintance friends through high school.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't like best buddies, but we had some classes together, and we had definitely a lot of mutual friends. Because I had my buddy that started playing football, that I had hung around since kindergarten with. And so, and where was it? We got out of high school and probably lost contact for a couple years because I know I went off to college and stuff. And you were working at a place, and I happened to walk in there, and I was like, "Hey, man, what's up?"
Yeah.
And it started clicking, and we started running into each other more, and then we went to work for the same company, and it's all history from there because
Yeah. He's like
that's kind of when
he kind of you grew up around my kids too. You're
yeah,
at my house. We were
yeah,
at my house all the time watching fights. It was
yeah.
back. I believed I bought an illegal box from you or something like that. I'm not sure. Uh,
Wow,
I'm,
I remember those.
I'm just kidding.
Dang it.
FCC. I'm
That's
kidding. I never
yeah.
bought nothing there. But it was yeah. You were becoming my. And then you went to my house when I lived in Vegas. And then when I was out in Arizona, you were out there. And we've been all over
Yeah.
the world. We kind of traveled, so
Yeah.
yeah, we became best friends, brothers, really. And that's our history, man. And it was pretty cool. We like
Yeah.
taking quiet walks on the beach, things like that too. So.
Yep, that's it. So we do have some stuff coming up later on, but we'll announce that later on. But you know what, guys? Thanks so much for
That
the
was fun.
questions. They were
Yeah,
they were really
that was fun.
really cool. A couple of those. So we scrambled them so Joe wouldn't see the questions I was asking, and I wouldn't see the ones he was asking. So it was kind of cool to get caught off guard a little bit by a
It really
couple of them.
was.
But
That
yeah,
was fun though.
yeah. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us today. I'm Jay, and that's Joe, and this has been Joe and Jay Outspoken. If you had fun or learned anything, do us a favor, like, subscribe, and comment and share. If there's a topic you would like to see us cover in the future, let us know at joeandjayproductions.com/ideas. And, obviously today, the questions that were posed were ones that went to that email address. So we really appreciate it again.
Yeah.
If you guys would like to help the cause, it can be as small as liking, subscribing, and commenting. You can also grab merch from the Outspoken store or become one of our Patreon members. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. Take care of one another.
Do better, be better.
And as always,
God
God
bless
bless
America.
America.